tweet. I want to read your tweet.
Oh my god.
Obviously,
Oh my god. About the
you
boots
get
and boot camp with
you're
Canelo.
getting a lot. You're getting a lot of traffic on it, aren't you?
Everybody call me about that, man. Jesus. Hmm.
Talk to me. What's your first reaction? We'll go, and then I'll get into the tweet.
You know what? I heard about it before, like Stephen Fulton had said something to me before, and I just like I didn't think nothing of it. You know, when I see Boots about maybe once every other week, I'll go up his dad's gym for some sparring. And you know, my first reaction was Canelo really wants to win this fight. That's my first reaction. Canelo really wants to win this fight because hiring him, I know you got a kid that want to fight him and Rashidi Ellis and all that, but bro, I'm telling you, Brute is brutal. I'm just telling you that. And
Hmm.
to hire him and have him in camp with you and got to box him on a consistent basis, you're going to see the reports that Canelo is going to tell you. And and I said to myself, if I was fighting Crawford, Boots is the one guy that I would want to hire because of the southpaw switching, the jab. They don't fight exactly alike, but Boots is a very close. Him and Crawford got a lot of similarities in their style. So I thought that was the artist skullduggery by Canelo and his team to let Crawford know, look, I got a guy in here that's just as good as you are, a little younger. Look what I'm doing. I thought that was the artist skullduggery. I definitely thought they was trying to send a message, and it lets me know how bad Canelo wants to win the fight. But it doesn't mean that he's going to win the fight just because he hired Boots. But it does show his effort because I feel like that. I don't know if Canelo has been going 100% in each of his last fights. I'm not saying he's taking it easy on guys, but he doesn't seem to have that extra gear no more, and he's going to need it for Crawford because Crawford is his best opponent that he's had in recent years, besides Bivol, and uh, and I think that he's going to need it for this fight. He might be better than Bivol. He's just not as big. Bivol's 175 pounder, so that the pound for pound stuff don't matter when you fighting somebody in the ring. So I think it shows how bad he wants it. Now it could go two ways. He could either sharpen up, and it could get his eyes up for that speed and reflexes and the sharpness, or Boots could put some miles on him and take his confidence away. It could go both ways because I'm gonna tell you right now, Boots ain't gonna take it easy on him. They gonna work, and Boots might be fresher in terms of Boots is walking around at his walk around weight, so he's feeling super healthy. And Canelo is probably training twice a day. You know what I'm saying? And probably gonna go starting to get into the little bit of the calorie deficit. You know what I mean? So um, it could go both ways, but I just thought it was. I said, "Damn, he really want this fight. He knows what's at stake. This is a big time power move right here. This is sending the message out." But I still got Crawford. I still pick Crawford to win the fight. I do, but I do think that could be a game changer. Hiring somebody as talented as Boots because he's going to sharpen you up. If he don't scream up and mess up his confidence, and Canelo's the real deal, so he might can handle it. And if he can handle it, it's gonna make him sharp. Because Boots do a lot of unorthodox stuff. Boots tries stuff in the gym he don't try in fights. So Canelo gonna be getting a free version of Boots where he could just try moves and just do a bunch of just impromptu stuff that really stimulates your mind. And if you look at Crawford, Crawford throws like some punches from unorthodox sequences and unorthodox angles that throw guys off. And Boots got a lot of that in them. Both of them is right-handed, but both of them switch. So they got a lot of power in their right hooks, and they got a lot of things similar. So I like the move as long as Boots don't make him leave everything in camp.
Mm. Lots of people say that it's good that he has Ennis, but that's no Crawford. He doesn't have the experience that Crawford has in the ring, so it wouldn't make a difference. What would you say for people that say things like that?
I wouldn't say anything. That's their opinion. You know what I mean? Everybody, we listen, bro. All we doing is just stating our opinions about a future event. It's always subjective. So I'm not gonna argue with anybody about their prediction. It's a close fight. Canelo is great. He's the 68 pounder. He's bigger. He's more established. He's fought better competition. I don't have nothing to say about that because it's all true. If somebody's picking Canelo, I'm not going to be like, you're a fool because he could win. I just have a hunch and a gut feeling that Terence Crawford got a special gear that he could go to, and I think he's going to pull it out. I could be wrong. Nobody's 100% on their predictions. It's funny to me. If I make a prediction, I make 20 predictions, and everybody like, man, good job, good job. The sometimes I get something wrong. See, you don't know what you're talking about. Bro, if I knew what the lottery was going to be tomorrow, I'd just play it every day and win it. Nobody knows. So I wouldn't say anything about that. It's good work. It's sparring. It's for the gym. You're never going to get the exact replica of Terence Crawford or it will be Terence Crawford. It's just solid work. People just like to argue. I mean, you telling me that Boot's not a good sparring partner for Crawford? Like, that's ridiculous. Just like if Boots hired, let's say Virgil Ortiz. I'm sorry, if Crawford hired Virgil Ortiz to help him get ready for um to help him get ready for Canelo, that would be good work, right? Like it doesn't mean Virgil Ortiz is better than Canelo. It doesn't mean anything like that, but it's solid work. Mexican, throw a bunch of punches, power puncher, come to walk you down. It's good work. I don't know why anybody would get offended by that.
Right, right. Um, Reading the statement. Damn, the plot thickens. I got butt in this fight, but higher boots shows me something. People don't like me saying this, but Ennis is the best fighter I've ever seen in the gym. If that translates in his career, GOAT status, easy. Rough work for a rough fight.
That's what I said, and I meant it. That's what I said, and I meant it. And I put everything in context. I know that Boots hasn't had the level of opponent in front of him in real fights for me to say that about him in real fights. I know that. I'm not a fool. I'm not stupid. You never gonna hear me say Boots got the best resume in boxing because he doesn't. Crawford is great. Crawford don't have the best resume. He doesn't. Canelo's resume is better than Crawford's. I'll have no problem admitting that. But that's different than ability and talent and potential. That's two different things. The only things I've ever said is that Boots has unbelievable talent and ability. I've never said he had a great resume because he doesn't. And guess what? Boots know he don't have a great resume. He's not stupid. He's quiet and he don't talk a lot in the media, but he's not dumb. He knows he doesn't have. If you asked him, Boots, do you have the best resume in boxing? He'd probably say, no, no, I haven't had the chance to get the fights. I probably don't. He knows it. He's not dumb. So I don't know why people always bring up other things that's out of context of what I say. I never said the kid got a great resume. I said he got great talent. Now, I see guys come on your show, and I know you know a lot of guys. Ask those fighters. Don't ask nobody on their team. Ask the ones that been in the ring with him. Yo, bro, ask Richardson Hitchens. Is Boots the real deal? That's it. Ask Brian Norman, not his dad. Ask him. He felt the punches. Yo, how good of a fighter is Boots objectively? Not talking about what happened between y'all. Is he the real deal? Ask anybody who sparred him. You got to listen close to what the fighters say. Ask Shakur Stevenson, who is Terence Crawford's little brother. Ask him. Ask any of Boots' old opponents. Don't take my word for it. Just ask him. I I guarantee you, not one person that boxed him has ever disrespected him. It's
Mm.
always somebody from the outside. It's always a manager. It's always a promoter. It's always a fan. Not one dude that boxed him and took those punches ever say, "Oh man, he can't fight. He not the real deal." Not one time you heard that. Think about that, bro. Think about that very, very closely, the way I said it. Think about that in context. Sometimes you'll have fighters that face other good fighters and be like, no, he didn't show me all of that. You don't got nobody to say that about Boots. Not one person. I've never heard, you've never even had a person to get up here and say, yo, I got out on him. I got the better of him. It, I'm sure they would tell you if it happened. There's no honor in boxing. People post videos of them getting out on dudes all the time. You don't got one person to say that. Not once. Him and Brian Norman, dad, they argue back and forth all the time. I never get involved because it's not my business. I like Brian Norman and his dad. They cool. I don't have no problem with them. You never hear Brian Norman say he beat Boots up, do you? Be honest with you. You never
Mm-mm.
heard him say, I kicked his ass. I wiped him all around the ring. You never heard him say that one time.
Nah, I
You,
haven't heard nobody say it.
of course you didn't. You know why? Because that shit ain't happened. I'm telling you, it hasn't happened. I've been around that kid since 2014 in the gym, bro. Very rarely, very, 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 very rarely have you seen somebody get the better of him. Very rarely. I'm talking about like if I watched him spar 200 times, maybe 3 or 4 times a guy, I'll be like, okay, they had a good day today. Seriously, that's how far and few in between it is. So, I don't know what people want me to say. I really don't.
You,
The kid is
you know,
talented. Like I don't
it,
have
it,
nothing to do with his career. I don't make no money off of him. I'm not a hater though. I compliment all fighters if they're good. I just complimented your guy, Rashidi. That kid can fight. I like him. I think what happened to him sucks. I do. He's a really good, talented fighter. I don't know why you can't give a fighter a compliment without somebody having a contrarian point of view to have to point something out negative about a guy's weird time that we live in. That's why I don't like saying stuff on social media because there's always people jumping to conclusions, saying this or saying that. Bro, that's my opinion. You're not gonna change my opinion because you're a hater. That doesn't make any sense. I talk about Tank in the light for what people think I know. I don't even know Tank. I know Kenny and Calvin. I've never met Tank one time in my life. Never said one word to the kid. I just think he's a terrific fighter. That's it. And every time, well, he's a ducker. He don't fight nobody. He don't want to take no challenges. I said, I never talk about that. I never say he. All I said was he's talented. I never ever get into the business side because I don't know what go on behind the scenes with Tank. All I know is that the boy can fight, and that if he hits you on your chin, you probably gonna go out of here. That's it. I don't know nothing else about the business, what he making, who he duck, who he didn't duck. I don't know, and I don't concern myself with that because honestly, bro, unless we involved in the negotiations, we ain't gonna know the truth anyway. Because boxers
mhm.
speak a different language. Have you ever heard a fighter tell you, "I'm ducking that dude. He too much work"?
Nah, nah,
Don't
nah,
say that.
nah.
They always gonna
There's
lie.
very few. There's very few, but they're out there. But the top guys, I'm not gonna say it.
Not gonna tell you that. So you always
Top
gonna
10,
lie.
top 10 ain't gonna say it.
It's like asking the girl, "How many guys you been with?"
What's your body count?
How many girls you know gonna tell you that, bro? So we get into stuff that we can't prove. And I don't feel like trying to do the mental gymnastics of trying to prove it. You know what I mean? Or calling a contact that I got in boxing and say, yo, man, what happened with that negotiations? I don't give a fuck. So I don't even bother myself with it. I could make a call to somebody and say, yo, man, tell me what really happened. But it doesn't matter to me because it's not involving my guys. So I don't care. I just take it in and just go on about my life.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Would it surprise you if it was the other way around? I mean, like, Canelo, obviously the bigger guy, the more he's a little older, right? But in a bigger weight class. What happens if the other way around? What happens if because I hear that there's people in the comments, but we can't really go hard on the comments. But there's rumblings in the Canelo camp saying that maybe he got over on Boots. Would that surprise you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it would. It would surprise me.
How come?
Because Boots is the best kid I've ever seen in the gym, Mills. I don't know what no other
Mm,
way to say it. I've never seen him have a bad day.
that's real. That's what's real.
I'm not gonna lie on him. I'm not gonna lie on the kid. I've never seen him have a bad day ever.
No,
I'm
if you're
not
saying
saying that
he's the best that you ever seen, and you got your own fighters, then yeah. I
he's the
mean,
best I've ever seen in the gym. He's the most consistent guy at the top level I've ever seen in the gym. Very rarely, I've never seen him have a bad day. But very rarely do you see him have a day be like, okay, you guys could get out on him. It had like it's just very rare. Like
Karen, but in the lights, we seen Karen. He didn't have the greatest day that night.
yeah. Karen got busy with him. He did. Karen
Yeah,
that second fight, Karen did some good stuff. I think he surprised Boots with his game plan. Karen's a good fighter. He did. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Yes. Karen had the first fight I thought Karen just moved